You can't possibly be 97.
Yes.
You look amazing.
He's given his country years of service, and now we're giving back to World War II veteran David. Don't throw out your daggy old wardrobes, just give them a bit of love.
I'm going to show you just how to make them functional and fabulous again.
Graham is discovering a magnificent country garden that boasts everything from waterfalls to wonder walls. And the healing power of horses is helping our veterans feel whole again.
This is my garden, which I don't do as much in as I used to, and it's a bit of a mess at the moment.
Well, you've got some
And
nice
I can't
plants.
bend too well at the moment.
OK, so no bending. And do you like a bit of colour I can see in the garden?
I like flowers.
And what about this pergola?
The pergola was built by my son-in-law and had a roof on it, which rotted.
Do you think some screening through there would be
Yes,
nice?
I think a bit of privacy would be excellent.
OK. So I noticed you've got a bit of grass. Is that a nuisance to keep alive?
It's never been satisfactory as a putting green.
Right. Yeah, you want something a bit more lower maintenance. I mean, you've
I
been
think
mowing
so.
that every week, so we can do something there for sure. Now, these stepping stones are a bit of a tripping hazard for anyone, let alone a couple in their 90s, but I do see the practical reasons behind having them with this washing line. I do need to replace them, though, so I think I'll go for something a little more solid. This garden has got a lot of really great plants in it. Don't worry, we're not throwing them out. They're all going out the front so we can sort them out, get the construction done, and then bring them back in.
All right. Nice. Hopefully the new one goes up just as easy as the old one came down. What do you think, Charlie? It's opened it up.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? It's so much bigger than I first thought.
It was deceiving because it was so overgrown.
Yeah, we are going to put a cover back on it, but it's going to be practical at least.
It will, nice
Yeah.
and refreshed.
Yeah.
And what's the idea here with the barbecue?
Well, because we've got so many pots, they kind of need to be brought up to easy working height, don't they?
Yep.
This is completely redundant, so let's get rid of this.
Yep.
Maybe even one of those. I don't know if that's in the plan, but clad it over the top, make a nice potting bench.
Yeah, definitely, because it is a little bit high at this
Yeah,
height.
for sure. We're leaving the washing line in the same location. It's the most practical because there's a path that comes from the house and it's the sunniest place in the whole garden. Now, I'm using a concrete paver. It's 40mm thick, and I've dug out 60mm to allow for our mud base. Now, this is a charcoal colour, and that's going to be perfect because it's going to contrast with the green ground covers I'm going to surround it with, so it's going to be really visible. So when Betty comes along with her trolley, it's going to be nice and safe.
David mentioned earlier he doesn't mind getting rid of the old gates that are leading to the reserve. So Charlie's removed that fence and we've decided to replace it with a new screen just to create a little bit of privacy in the backyard. Now, I've measured the area and the screens work out to be 5 screens, 810 long. I've cut them to size using some 70 by 35 treated pine. Everything's been painted, which means now we just need to assemble it. And to screw it together, I'll just be using a 100mm galvanised screw. To finish this off, I'm going to be using this eco screen. The best part about that is it's low maintenance. So the way it looks today is the way it'll look next year, and probably the year after that. The tip here is to cut it oversized. With the boards laid out for the spacing, well, it's going to be random. I'm starting with this 10mm packer, and I'll be coming in 10mm top and bottom. And then when I cut these boards, I'll just cut it in from the frame a little bit. That way we have this shadow line that runs all the way around. Then I've got these different size blocks and I've numbered them. That way I can have the same pattern on each screen. And how good does that look? The only thing will look better is once I get it in place. Ha, Charlie, you ready for me? What do you think of the screens?
That's nice.
Yeah,
I like
beautiful.
it.
Yeah. So we're going to utilise these screens for setting out these posts. Hopefully your measurements are right where you've dug the holes.
Well, hopefully yours are. You gave them to me, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, well, that's very true. He's always right, Charlie. So we're going to put these in between. Oh, sit this in here. And then we're going to clamp that up.
Okay.
And that means once that's clamped, we'll be able to concrete these posts in place. Right, so you got that step ladder?
Yeah, I'll go get it for you.
Right. Charlie? Charles? Charlie?
In this area of the garden, I thought it'd be really nice to have a bench seat so Betty and David could come out and enjoy the garden we're creating for them. What better than having a lovely spot underneath this magnificent advanced moraine. Now, as it comes into the path, I'm going to keep that nice and wide, at least 1.2 metres. That way they can walk down hand in hand. Don't step on those pavers.
All right.
You go up in that corner, Joe.
Sheepers.
Ads, I need you about here.
I can do that.
I'm going to go here.
Right.
Oh,
There we go.
Bill and Ben, the flower pot men.
In the base of our raised planters, I'm using a product called WWII. Now, this is recycled bricks and concrete, so it's a great sustainable product, but it's going to add a fantastic layer of drainage. On top of that, a layer of geotextile, so our soil doesn't go and wash into the gaps. Now, I'm only having about 300 mils of soil. Because we're using an organic mix, it's going to break down quickly. I don't want David and Betty to have to come here and keep filling this up. I want them to enjoy the veggies.
So, David, Charlie had this great idea. He thought that maybe we could put some of your favourite pots and some of your favourite plants and incorporate it into the design of the back.
That'd be lovely.
Do you want to choose everything, or you're happy to let us just make a
I'd rather
selection?
leave it for you. Yeah. I'd rather leave it for you.
You're the best.
Every new day is too sweet to throw away.
Just got these horizontal screens you can pick up off the shelf from the hardware store. We've painted them black, and the only thing to note is that these vertical pieces, we've lined them up so they go behind the studs in this frame.
Out here in the front garden, I thought it'd be really good to have a paved area for David's bins. That way he could wheel them in and out easily. But once we dug it out, we actually noticed that there was a pipe running through. Now, this runs all the way through to the downpipe. It's not connected. Of course, we're going to fix that up, but I've had to alter my design just to make this work. So I'm going to bring the pavers in from the edge, have a gravel band around the outside that's going to allow water in and access to the pipe in the future if it's ever needed.
And with all the screens in place, you can see how perfectly it all just flows. And for this potting bench, I've just made the frame out of 70 by 45 treated pine. And you can see that's a much more comfortable height to work with. And to hold this in place, I'm just using some masonry plugs again with some bugle screws. And for the top of this potting bench, we're using exactly the same material as we did on this screen, which means there's no maintenance and it's hard wearing. The only difference is this is the decking version. You can pick the colour, either brown or the darker. I'm going with the darker, I think it looks great. The old pergola didn't have any cover on it, and let's be honest, it was basically fallen down. So we've gotten rid of that, and we're going to be replacing it with this flat pack pergola that comes pre-finished, and it's aluminium. So it's going to be low maintenance, just like everything else we've used in this backyard. And this is going to be the perfect spot for David, Betty, and the family to sit back and relax. So now all I have to do is basically pull all these pieces out of the box and screw them together. You excited, boys? So this is going to be pretty easy, actually. A goes with A, B with B, C with Z. You really can't go wrong. What do you reckon, boys? I think you guys have this under control, so that's me done.
Uptown, downtown, the funk is on the move. Cartier and Louis V, they sure to set the mood.
Look at these, Charlie.
Oh, they look great. Oh, my gosh. Hang on one second.
We have so many. Oh, that looks amazing. I love what you did with that.
I'll backfill that in a minute.
Okay. Great thing about this for David, who is tall, is that he's not going to have to bend when he's out here tending
for
to his
kids
veggie patch. It is. They'll love it. Off for you.
More marigolds.
More marigolds. They're gorgeous.
Oh, wonderful. Now, I know David and Betty absolutely love their flowers, so I've gone for as many as I can, but keeping it simple to care for and long flowering. Things like these salvia and echinacea are perfect. I've also put a highlight of Veronica in the front of this garden bed, so as they walk down, sit and enjoy the garden, they can really enjoy the blooms. I love a lawn more than most people, but in some occasions, it's just not going to work. Perhaps you've got too much shade, you might have a big dog, or in this case, you just can't look after it. So a great alternative is this. This is Dichondra repens, or the kidney weed. This is going to spread really quickly to give us a lovely green lawn. The trick with it, though, is the establishing period. All these gaps, you need to keep the weeds out of those before this gets established. Then you'll have yourself a no-mow lawn.
This whole corner looks so gorgeous now. The shelves, this complements it, ties in all the different coloured timbers and the eco wood, and then you just get to hang all your tools again. So that's fun.
For our seating area and around the veggie patch, I'm just using Deco Granite. It's really cost effective, but it also lets the water in so it protects the mature trees around us. Super simple to go in, you just rake it out, compact it, and the job's done.
And it's time for the big reveal.
Wow.
Amazing.
So what do you think
Look at
when you
this.
stand here? This is the old barbecue, which is now your potting station.
What do you think?
Oh, what do we
I
think?
see?
Hey?
We're speechless. I am.
No lawn.
So that's called Dichondra.
Transformation.
So that's going to
Dichondra.
grow together as one big mat, and you're not going to have to mow it, but you're going to get a lovely green lawn.
Fantastic.
Beautiful.
What a
And
great idea.
all the flowers we've selected here, they're going to flower for a really long period, and they're low maintenance. Past the lawn is a lovely veggie patch. We'll go down and have a look now, shall we?
Okay.
Yes.
Let's go and have a look.
Wow.
Now, behind us, obviously, is your gorgeous family.
Oh, wow.
There's beautiful
hello.
Betty.
Hello, what a surprise.
What do you think, Pop?
Well, there's no lawn to mow. That's fantastic.
Remember a few weeks ago I made over this pretty green bedroom, and a big part of the new look was this wardrobe. You often see these in second-hand stores or even on the side of the road, because with so many people having built-in wardrobes now, these guys get forgotten about or discarded. But I'm going to show you just how to make them functional and fabulous again. This second-hand wardrobe has definitely seen better days, but it does have some pretty details that I want to enhance with paint. So I've got a sanding block to get into all those nooks and crannies. It's really important to apply your undercoat evenly to ensure a great end result. And I'm using a maximum adhesion paint, which means that it sticks really well to the timber, and then when you apply your top coat, it adheres to that too. While I wait for this to dry, I'm going to get cracking on creating a base for this unit because it's pretty short and I want to create some extra storage.
One night is all I wanted. One night is how it started. Can't believe that
I've just put together a couple of flat pack drawers because my idea is that they'll sit underneath the wardrobe. But for that to happen, I need something to hold it all together. So I've got some pieces of MDF that I've had cut to size as per my drawings, and now I just need to screw it all together into a frame. I'm just attaching the drawers to the base, and sometimes with flat pack furniture you need to get a little bit creative to get a custom look. With these I couldn't get them in the perfect dimensions to fit the wardrobe, so there's a gap in the centre and I'm not letting that go to waste. I'm going to place a storage box in there which will be perfect for shoes.
feel like the only one. Make me feel like the only one. Make me feel like the only one. Make me feel like the only one.
I'm adding in a decorative trim around the sides because I want it to be in keeping with the rest of the unit. So I'm placing them here, but I'm not attaching them just yet. And because everything needs a coat of paint, I'm going to get started on that.
I'm right here, baby. We don't need to be alone. We don't need to be alone.
I've chosen this lovely soft green, which is the same colour as the walls in the bedroom. And it's perfect for a bedroom because it's very serene and very restful. And I'm doing the same colour as the walls so that this unit, which is pretty large, even bigger now that it's going to have this base on it, disappears into the wall, so it'll create the illusion of more space in the room.
I've been reminiscing about memories, kissing underneath the cherry tree. I can't keep my hands just.
How exciting, we finally get to see the old meet the new.
Find another lover like I did back in the summer when we said we loved each other and stayed up all night.
And the beauty of having this in two parts is that if the owners ever move or if they relocate this to another room, it's going to be much easier to move around. Now you'll be able to see why I'm adding these decorative trims, and it's to conceal any joints and make this look like one piece of furniture. To tie the new in with the old, I've routed the edges of these drawer fronts and I'm using these sweet vintage handles. Give it a bit of that old world feel. This wardrobe has certainly seen its fair share of wallpaper liner, so now I'm just going to update it again to this pretty pink, which will tie in with the room. I've removed all the drawers in here and replaced them with a rod so that we have more hanging space. And with the drawers, I've put felt underneath so they'll be the perfect underbed storage. They'll slide straight underneath. But you'll notice that I have left the runners here for the drawers, so if the owners wanted to put them back at any stage, they can do that.
Yeah, you saved me from sinking into that place. Guess you came at the right time. I could feel from your eyes in our first embrace. They contain something special.
I've just attached a mirror to the inside of the end door, and here I've got some felt, which is perfect as a jewellery pin board.
Every moment has been worth it. Every battle scar you earned it. Every honor you deserve it. Every imperfection's perfect 'cause you don't got.
We've added so much more functionality to this old wardrobe. There's additional storage down the bottom now, and while wicker baskets are good, I love these clear ones because it means that you can see everything inside. And over here, I've added a battery-operated sensor light, which means when you open this up, you can see all of your clothes, which will make getting dressed every morning an absolute delight.
Your soul is always shining through, and that's what I see when I look at
This is Glenrock Gardens. You could say it's the ultimate high country oasis. 30 years young, this incredible English-inspired landscape was originally created by acclaimed garden designer Carolyn Robinson. Today, of course, it's moved on to new owners, Chris and Annie, and boy, have they got their work cut out for them. I thought you'd be out in the garden, working away. How are you both?
Very well. How are you?
Good, good. Thank you for having us back again.
Oh, absolute pleasure. If I remember correctly, you were here back in 2006.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of growth in that time, for sure.
You were, a background in nursing and you were in finance. Was it a dream that you'd both had for a long time?
I think it was part of a dream. Chris originally was born in the country and I had grown up in Hobart. But this is by far the biggest garden that we've ever taken on.
Horticulturally, it's quite a challenge, this garden. Really very specific.
Yes, the plants, they have to be frost tolerant. We have had years where we've been down to -10.
Wow.
And then heat temperatures are early 30s. But being elevated, this is why we can have our cool climate plants here.
You've really turned it into a beautiful homestead.
Yeah, we enjoy living here, and being in this garden's we're a bit spoiled, I think.
Freshly cut grass, charcoal and gas.
They've used hedges throughout the entire garden to create garden rooms, features on their own, or just to create a bit of a boundary between the garden beds. This is teucrium, tall, short, buxus, and an unclipped berberis. There's lots of different species have been chosen, and they're all magical. The house actually sits high up on a ridge parallel to the water, but the drop is over 15 metres. So to cope, the original design was very clever to create all of these terraces connected with these beautiful gentle steps that take you on the journey. The planting, and here's a tip, each of these terrace garden beds are jam-packed full of plants. More plants, less weeds. I can see a real favourite of mine, haven't seen it for a long time, the dwarf pink maybush, Spirea Anthony Waterer. You've got the euphorbia just starting to finish, the salvias, the nandina, the heavenly bamboo, and the society garlic is all in full bloom. And the roses are exuberant right throughout the whole garden. So it's plant selection, as is always. And these beautiful miscanthus just blowing in the breeze. I love it. This is what I mean by a legacy from the original landscape construction. This dry packed stone walling and the stone steps, even the boundary fence is made from this same stone. It creates a sense of place because all this stone is locally from Tenterfield.
Lonely island. If I said I'm fine, I'd be lying.
There are over a dozen garden rooms and each one is interconnected with these unique walkways or alleys. Now, many of them have these features of the blue balls or blue gates, but this is where clever garden design comes in because your eye is taken right down to the end into the borrowed landscape of the great Australian outback and the bush. It's just so clever and beautiful.
I want you to meet a very special horse. His name is Wizard. Wizard by name and Wizard by nature. He's 22 years old and he's special for a number of reasons. Wizard is a healing horse. He helps heal people. And I've come to a property run by a couple near Yass in New South Wales, not too far away from Canberra. And I'm here to explore just what horses can do for people that are troubled.
So team, you've built the bond with your horse. Like, we've been in the arena now, we know how to work with our horse.
The next level of your horsemanship is you and that horse have got to go and do a job together. We're going to follow the boss drover out up the road, head out towards these cattle. 2 hands, let's go. Away you go. Let's go. Okay, now go. Hunt it. Go. Go. Pick your reins up. Good job, Simon. Come on, drive it. Drive it.
Come on, come on.
Good job. Keep going. Keep going.
Come on.
Get your hands forward.
Come on.
And whoa.
Okay, whoa. Whoa.
Nice work.
Whoa, done. That's it, mate.
Come on, Rach. Don't take your eyes off those cattle. Push. Drive them. That's it. Nice. Come on, keep pushing. Hands forward and go. Yes, good job. All right, now get out around the front of them and bring them back in.
Come on.
Drive,
Come on,
Rach.
Scorps. Come on.
Push. Push.
Come on, mate.
Good job. Stop there. Nice
Couldn't
work.
get him moving.
It's good. It
That's
looks
all right.
great. No, it looks good. Well done.
Take me home before I knew I could get older. And pick the world up on my shoulder. Life moves fast and time moves slow.
Nicole, you're a helper. You've been doing this for how long now?
A few years now. I started coming out to Remount as a volunteer back in 2016. When someone comes and tells you that you have restored their faith in humanity, that's pretty special. So that's what keeps me coming back here to volunteer.
This is an opportunity to give back to our service people, to say thank you for, the sacrifices they make to keep us safe and help us when we need them.
Too true. What about you, big fella?
I think coming to an organisation or having an experience here like Remount, you find your team again, and all the friends you make, the horses, the people you meet, it goes back to your foundation and your core as being somebody who wants to operate as a team and provide a service.
You've had a lot of people through this place, haven't you? How many in time?
About 400.
400. You're an amazing man with an amazing woman and an amazing team.
And an amazing team.
And the work you do is equally amazing. You can't find a better word than that to describe what you do here. When a country goes to war, it's said everyone's a casualty, and that's pretty right. Thank you very much, as we also say thank you very much to our servicemen and women and our first responders all over Australia and overseas too. Thanks. Well done.